Hi, everybody. I started a minute early because I'm so excited, and I just wanted to make sure everything sort of got going. I am doing my first live, and I'm not looking at the camera. There I am. I don't know if anybody will be joining us, but we're going to take a couple minutes at the very beginning just to get our bearings. Like I said, it is my first, and I'm going to give it, like I said, a couple minutes, and then I'm going to jump into my reaction to what we just witnessed. But in the meantime, we could talk about the sale I'm having, which is, a lot of offers going out, a lot of likes, a lot of activity, but one's a little sale, and that's okay. We'll see what happens. And yeah, so if you are here and you want to say hi, please join the chat. I will try my best to keep up on the chat. I want to engage with you guys there and see what we can talk about. Did everybody join the Fireside Chat, or are you new to all this, not knowing what happened at 5 o'clock today? Nobody wants to chat with me? That's okay. Okay. So in a couple of seconds, I am going to start in on my reaction and explain what happened, and we'll go from there, okay? Hi, Wendy. It's nice to meet you. Did you go to the chat, Wendy? Misty and Fire. Good name. You didn't miss a lot. I'm giving you a little sneak peek, but sometimes sourcing is more fun, right? Okay, so we're 2 minutes in, and I am just going to give you my reaction because I don't want y'all hanging around forever. I mean, I would love for everybody to hang out together, but anyway. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Leanna, and I am a full-time reseller. So, oh, Paul's on. Yay, Paul. Hi, Tracy. Hopefully I get everybody. Okay, so today at 5 o'clock, we had Fireside Chat with Tracy's son, who is a co-founder of Poshmark, and Leanne Shea, I don't want to mispronounce it. She is senior vice president. I'm assuming that's what SVP means. The chat was scheduled from 5 to 5:30 today, and they cut it off at 5:21. Hi, Antoinette. They cut it off 21 minutes into the chat, into the fireside, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it was filmed previously because it did not look like they were very well prepared for the onslaught of questions and comments that were going on in the chat. The chat was crazy busy. So a couple of the things that they did talk about was a commitment to communication, which is nice. I like that. So that means they're going to have more events like this. They're going to sort of keep us more in the loop. But then they went on to say that they have that search hack event that's coming up on May the 4th that actually filled up like that, and only very few people got to register. I know I will be there because I need to learn about the search because it's crazy right now. And the next Fireside Chat isn't until June. So it's nice that they have a commitment to communication, but for me, that's not enough communication. They did not really answer a lot of questions in the chat. And again, it was crazy, and they were not prepared for that, which they should have been prepared for, in my opinion. And a lot of the questions revolved around the search. And when Leanne actually asked Tracy about, okay, there's a lot of questions about the search, Tracy laughed. And to me, that was a little, okay, why are you laughing? Because I know when I go to do searches for comps, I can't find anything. It's really difficult. It's getting better, but it's really difficult. So to me, it's not really a laughing matter. But you know what? Whatever. They didn't answer any questions about that. They did go on to talk about that they've been trying new things. They're trying to evolve as a company, which is a good thing. I think that is good for all of us. And I don't mind that. But they're doing things in test groups. So they're rolling out something in a test group, and they're keeping a group without it to have a control group. And, if it works for the test group, fantastic, then your sales are good and whatever. But if it doesn't work, then you don't get the sales. And I'm sorry, but you're messing with my business by putting me into a test group that I had no idea was going on. So, hi, Stephanie. So, unfortunately, I know they have to test these things, and I like that they want to evolve. However, don't mess with my business. I've gone from really good, the first 3 months were really, really good for me. I was doing my work and I was doing what I thought I should be doing. I continued it into April and my sales are just over half. So don't do that to me. I don't think it's right, especially when you did not let us know. So the test groups are one thing that I was sort of surprised about, sort of. They talked about that their Google search, they're putting the same money into that. Hi, darling dresser. Anyway, they're putting the same money into Google search, which is good news, I think. But then they went on to say that in order to show up in Google searches, that you should have good, crisp, white backgrounds. And I'm sorry, but for me, that's old news. That is not new news whatsoever. That's been around since I've been around for 3 years. So it was kind of lame. And that's not a great word, but it was non-information. They said that sharing will not change. So you always have to share your closet, which I think is an okay thing if you don't mind sharing. Sharing is kind of a pain in the butt, but whatever. One of the things that I did not like is that they did ask a question. They got a question from the chat. And it was about longer titles versus short titles, because we've all heard that rumor on Instagram or whatever about that. And they didn't answer it. All Leanne said was, oh, I'm going to refer you to the search hack group that we have going on next week. Oh, but wait, it's already filled up. How does that help us? I mean, answer a question. At least answer one question. They didn't answer any questions whatsoever. And honestly, they kind of looked like deer in the headlights, which for me is kind of a disconnect because they should know what's going on their platform. Like, do you guys agree with that? I don't know. I mean, to me, they were not prepared at all for the onslaught, for the amount of comments that were coming at them. Yeah, the search hack, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that they give us something concrete, but I'm not looking. I don't think they will. I don't know. I mean, next week, everything could be back to normal, right? You don't know. And unfortunately, for me, 21 minutes, I didn't get a lot from them. They have a commitment to communication now, which, yeah, okay, that's great, but prove it. To me, the proof is in their actions, not just what they say. And I want you to prove it. I want you to be more transparent with what's going on because it's my business. They should have people that monitor social media, but for some reason, for a social platform, they don't seem to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, chat was crazy busy, so I will give them that in a sense, but they should have been better prepared. I mean, there are two people who, I don't know how many people were allowed at this event, but the chat blew up. And it wasn't just the normal, hi, I'm so-and-so, this is my closet, come check me out. It wasn't that. These are all, what's with the search? Can I get out of the control groups that you're doing that with? Can I do this? Can I do this? What about this? So it was the questions that were being asked were really hard-hitting and, relative to what was going on. And they just couldn't keep up. And unfortunately, that looks bad on them, in my view. So I'm going to go to chat now because that's basically my reaction. I wasn't pleased. I wasn't surprised, but I wasn't pleased. And I wasn't pleased that they cut it short at 5:21. If you have a commitment to us for communication and you say 5:30, then you should have worked with that. So what's going on in chat? Hi, everybody. They don't care about their sellers, and it shows. Sometimes it does absolutely feel like that. But honestly, if they want to make money, they have to care about the people selling. I mean, if we're not selling, they're not making money. So how do we, figure that one out, right? I know that with me, if I go to Posh support, I don't get answers. I'm a Posh ambassador too, and I'm not getting answers. So they are dropping the ball, definitely somewheres. Somewheres? That's not the right way to say that. It sounds like a worthless event. I have no faith in Poshmark. Today was, yeah, to me it was a lot of that sort of hand holding. It'll be okay. In fact, they actually said, just keep at it. Everything will be better. Keep your listings going. If you're okay, this is one that got me. This is okay. Ready? They said that you should monitor the activity on your listings and learn from that. So if your listings aren't getting activity, they're not getting shared, they're not getting liked. And really it's the likes, because people don't care necessarily what they share. And I'm like, okay, but the likes, how about give us some views on our listings? That would actually be a better indication about what the type of items that we're selling, where we could improve upon. But to actually say, oh, it's just look at your listings. If you're getting a lot of activity, you'll be fine. It's like, well, no, I don't agree with that at all. Sorry. Tiny? Am I saying your name right? I hope I am. I'm sorry if I'm not. To me, it looked as if she was bothered for being in the Zoom. Which one? Tracy? Tracy looked like she was a little shell-shocked. Maybe she's just shy. I don't know. I think I've seen them at Posh Fest, but not really. But she seems a little bit deer in the headlights to me. Yes, Vinted does show how many people look at your items. I like that about Vinted. I'm still really confused with Vinted because I list my items and I forget about them in a sense, and I don't have to do anything, so it's really weird to me. I did make a sale on Vinted and it was accepted, so I'm just waiting for payment to sort of update on that sale. But having views on the items, I think, would help. But again, I mean, do you guys feel that sometimes they're just too focused on the hand holding or the social? I don't want to say the social, because being social is not a bad thing, but they're focused on the positive. Oh, let's be positive. Like they focus on that a little bit too much instead of the actual really concrete answers or questions. That's what I think anyway. I'm looking down here to chat, so if you're watching this later, is it no other question? If anybody, has a question about what happened, because really there wasn't a lot that happened. Yeah, the lower price. Yeah, they're lower price, but there are no fees. All the buyers pay the fees on Vinted, which is kind of incredible to me. Like I sold those pair of shoes. If you watch my last video, I sold a pair of shoes for $28, and I get the $28. Whereas if I sold them on Posh, in order to make $28, I probably would have had to sell them for $40, right? Did they say anything about the titles? Yes and no. They said somebody asked about the titles, long or short, and they referred them to the hack session that's coming up next Wednesday. But then they also said when you're doing your listings to fill out as much possible information as possible. You can tell I'm live because I'm tripping over my words, but that's sort of, it goes against. So to me, that says use long titles, use as many keywords as you possibly can, but they didn't really answer it. They went around it, to be honest with you. I thought they were going to take the time and give us solid answers too, but no, they just sort of went, they're there, it'll be okay. I want to make more on Vinted. So P&L Randoms is Paul. So he's not a giggling girl, but sometimes I feel they treat sellers as a bunch of giggling girls rather than business people. Yeah, I agree, honey. I was disappointed with the lack of preparation. Yes. Orky? Am I sound? I hope I'm saying names right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Yeah, they didn't seem to be prepared for the volume that was happening on this talk. Vinted, I'm liking too, but I think because they're paying the fees, then they want to have cheaper items. I agree. Yeah, there was a lot of negativity in the chat. Thank you, Internet. There was a lot of negativity in the chat. A lot of people saying what a waste of time. What about my sales? My sales have tanked. You know, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't be prepared. To me, that made no sense. If they have any inkling about what's happening on social media right now, they absolutely should have known. So I don't know if they had some sort of misconnect, which, you know what, to me, they're misinformed, they're not paying attention. And that's what it seemed like. And yeah, I didn't like that at all. They seem to be very tone deaf when it comes to their sellers. And I heard today, no, it wasn't today. I was watching a video and someone said they're trying to focus on Gen Z. I don't know if that's the right one, says the boomer, right? They're focusing on newer sellers and smaller sellers because the smaller sellers buy. So they'll take their earnings and they'll buy off of Poshmark. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But what about, you know, those people here in the middle? You know, I'm in the middle and I buy a little bit, but for the most part, I sell and I want to sell. This is my income. Why are you not focusing on me? Because I'll be making you more money in the long run. So I don't know if that's actually true or not. Oh, the Whatnot. The Whatnot, that's a live auction type of uh, platform, right? I don't know if I could do that. That would be, no. But a lot of people are having success on Whatnot. Excuse me for drinking my water, but yeah. I don't understand why they can't be transparent either. I was, like I said, I was a little shocked that I'm shocked because I didn't realize, but they're doing test groups and control groups. And I mean, I understand why they need to do that and why they want to test new things, but you know, I don't want to be in a control group. This is my business. This is my livelihood that they're messing with. Yep, that's true, Internet. They have been. Whatnot is a newer platform, and I believe it's a live auction type setup. I'm not sure if it's available here in Canada. I believe you can buy from them if you're in Canada, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you know what? The test group that got the shaft was the Ambassador 2 group. Welcome to Ambassador 2. Well, Posh Ambassador 1, there are benefits, in my opinion, because you do get your closet insights and you get your bulk price edits, and I think you get your bulk shares as well. Posh Ambassador 2, I have not seen any benefit to it yet. And I say yet. But one, I wouldn't want to lose my Posh Ambassador 1 because I like all my bulk stuff, you know, my shoppers. That's how I'm running my sale right now, is using my shoppers. I sent out a message to like 300 people today and it's not working, but hey, you got to try. That's another thing they did say. That's right. They said, you know what? Just keep trying. Keep trying. Just keep doing it. And it's like, yeah, you know, that's not great advice because there's only going to be so much things I'm going to try, and then I need to find somewhere else to make money, right? Yeah. Whew, it's hot up here in my room today. Yeah, well, I don't mind. Everyone should have access to selling tools that actually help them. I kind of agree, but I also kind of like that I've reached a certain point that I get rewarded, you know? The Posh 2 stats are, you know, there's stuff I do every day. I will never reach Posh 2 on my American account, though, because I probably will never recruit somebody from the States. And that's okay. The morale is definitely going down. There's been a lot of, a lot of negativity within the community on a lot of the groups. And people are, cross-listing to other platforms a lot more now. And that whole posh forever type attitude, posh, 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 it seems to be definitely calming down and going down for sure. The MLM thing, I get MLM vibes from Poshmark because of the whole positivity, sort of toxic positivity that they do kind of put out there. And really, I'm not an MLM person. I am a single business person, and I want my business to succeed. And I mean, I'm glad that your business is succeeding, and I, will give tips and tricks or whatever, but my business doesn't depend on your business and your business doesn't depend on mine. So, but they do have to do that whole, we're a community and we're a family and whatever. Now, see, that's true, Stephanie. I agree everyone should have access to the tools because they pay the same fees. That's not a bad argument at all. Yep. I haven't talked to a new seller in a long time, so I don't know if they're finding it confusing or even worthwhile, to be honest with you. LuLaRoe, okay. No, I have not watched the series on LuLaRoe. I just know that any MLM company, regardless of what it is, just gives me really bad. Not bad, I shouldn't say bad. I do a business to make money, not to make friends. And to me, MLMs are more about having that, that circle of friendship as opposed to making money. That's just my feeling. A couple of martinis somewhere and giggling. I don't know if they're I don't know. I didn't exactly get. I think they were overwhelmed, and I don't think at their level that they should be overwhelmed about what's going on. I mean, I'm sitting here talking, but I do have a glass of wine, but I'm just not drinking it on air right now. Posh boss. I'm afraid that the LuLaRoe thing would make me really upset. Yeah, I want to sell and not have posh and sips. I want to have, now, sometimes being part of the community is not a bad thing. I did a Posh Party Live like a month or so ago, and I did enjoy it. And there was some good give and take, and I met some people that I wouldn't necessarily have met. And that was good because we can change sort of business tips. But I don't buy into all of that. Not at all. Yeah, they did. They asked for questions before the event, and they didn't answer really any of them. They talked about why they were changing the search and how they were going about doing it in the sense of test groups, but they didn't really give us anything concrete at all. And, that's been a Posh problem probably from the very, very beginning. I don't know what it was like in the States at the very beginning, but I know when it came to Canada 3 years ago, it was very much all about the social. And I remember in my first couple of months being so excited that somebody shared my items. It's like, oh, that's so sweet of them. And it took me a while to get into that. No, this is my business ideal mindset as opposed to, whatever. Etsy is not as simple as Posh. Yeah, creating the listings. True, it is. I have not actually cross-listed to our Etsy because I am a little I don't want to say afraid, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed by doing that. I mean, we sell on eBay and Posh and Etsy and on Vinted now, but Paul takes care of eBay and Etsy more than I do, and it's something that I keep saying, "Oh, I want to learn. I got to learn," and I want him to learn Posh more, so we have more of a bigger company in a sense. So, but I'm afraid to. I don't want to make a mistake and have to pay all the shipping or something on Etsy. Filibustering. That's a great word. Yeah, a community can't be forced, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, they did not understand that there was a problem. They did not, yeah, the 10 minutes early got me too. It was like, okay, why were you not prepared for this? Why, like, you should have had somebody looking at the chat and, moderating it and going with a couple of those questions and feeding them to you. So I'm like amazed that they were so ill prepared. And to me, that does not actually give me confidence in them going forward, right? I mean, I still like Posh. It's still super easy to list, and I do make sales, but I don't want to do more work. I'm tired of jumping through hoops, so we'll see what the future brings, right? Okay. We are coming up to 26 minutes. Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah. Does anybody have anything else they want to add? Because I am going to shut it down soon, only because it is my first live, and I do not want this to go on and on and on, because I could, talk and talk, but I haven't had dinner yet. You're buying more instead of making sales. You're funny. I have issues shopping online because I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's not with what people send me. It's for the most part exactly what I ordered, but it doesn't fit me properly, and I gotta resell it. That kind of thing. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Orky. You're welcome. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be a wrap. A wrap? Anyway, thank you so much for coming out to my first live. I truly appreciate it. If you're new here, thinking about subscribing, thank you very much. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Thank you all for coming by. I'm going to take a couple days and process this and go from there, right? I just realized my glasses are like really flaring up here. Anyway, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I am going to end this here. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. I'm going to try. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye.